Hi, I'm Soph. Welcome back to my channel, and today we are talking about quarantine camp, and I'm going to take you through sort of the day-to-day of what it was like in quarantine camp and then talk a little bit about the aftermath of quarantine camp. Let's take it back to past me and sort of take you through a day by day. So, take it away, past me. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh shit, it's time to go. So, stuff that we packed. Bye, cat. Wait. Got a really official look. We are on a bus now. We're gonna go pick up other people who have also been in close contact with people with COVID, and then they're gonna take us to where we need to go, which doesn't make any sense to me because we've already tested negative. But anyway, so off we go. Welcome to our room. This is the before. We have a wet room. This is our room after. This is our kitchen with all of the comforts of home that George has brought, including coffee, spicy chili sauce, and vitamins. We have one measly string of fairy lights, pillows and duvets, switch, and then this is our dining living area for the next 6 days. How are you feeling, Beeb?
This is acceptable.
So we gotta take our temperature twice a day, and then we gotta fill it out on the back of this thing. And then there's this thing from HKU's Faculty of Social Sciences. You are not alone. If you want to know more about your well-cation, please call. Absolutely fucking not, but I appreciate the effort. Comforts of home. Why is that so important to have as someone with anxiety in this space, and particularly in quarantine? It's because I don't like change, and I feel like a lot of people with anxiety can relate to that, and this idea that when there's a sudden change and you feel like everything's out of your control, it is very, very stressful, and that is why it has taken us so long to get to the quarantine spot in the first place, because I so desperately did not want to leave the comfort of my home. So George basically did all the heavy lifting with regards to how are we going to make this space homey, how are we going to make this space not as it could be for me, and a lot of that is in our morning routine and making sure that that is as close to normal as it can be. So George, the genius that he is, brought all of our coffee things to make coffee in the morning, including like the mugs that we use and our coffee beans and like our coffee grinder and just like all of these little things that honestly I never would have thought of to bring. But even just having it in the room and knowing that tomorrow morning, even though I'm not waking up in my bed and I have no cats with me, I at least get to like have a cup of coffee that is my coffee that I have every day. The other comforts of home is that purple blanket is the purple blanket that I sit on the couch with every single day, every single morning. It is something that just like really calms me down, and I like the color purple. It's very soothing. I don't know. There's nothing really else to say other than like we brought lamps and fairy lights, and we basically just tried to make this room feel homey and comforting because I do not like change so much. I just don't like change. I really cannot stress how much I don't like it. But hopefully all these little comforts make it better and easier. So far, day one, not even day one, we've been here for like a couple of hours. So far, I feel fine. I feel like I can be productive. I feel like I'm in a good headspace. We have windows, which I was really worried that we wouldn't have. And there is sunlight, and we can open the windows if we want to. And the fact that it's only, from this point, 5 days, I feel like it's not so bad. Like, I feel like I can handle it okay. And the other thing that I wanted to talk about on day one, the conversation surrounding productivity in quarantine is toxic and not great, and really just perpetuating this idea of like hyperproductivity and making use of all the time that you have, and you know, finding the silver lining in everything. And in my opinion, that is really toxic and really unhealthy, and something that I want to highlight. a lot of the conversations I've been having with people lately are things, they've been saying the same stuff. It's always, use this time to your advantage, you have so much time, and when else are you going to have this much uninterrupted time? People have been saying this to me for about 2 years because I haven't had a full-time stable job in almost 2 years now. So the thing that I hear from people all the time is, when will you have this much time? When will you have this much time? Okay, I hear you. When will I have this much time? This idea that we need to be as productive as possible is toxic as shit, because I can't be as productive as possible. I find it really difficult. Right now that we have a routine, I still have therapy going on. As of filming this thing, I will still be teaching my classes. I have the structures in place that I normally have that make me feel normal and useful and like I am contributing to both society as a whole, but also my own life. And because I have all of those things in place, I feel okay. And I feel like I can continue to live like a normal life within quarantine. But I think if those things get taken away, that is when I'm going to really struggle. And when people emphasize this need to use the time wisely, to be as productive as possible, it makes me feel like a failure when I don't. Being in this space and not being productive is something that I have to teach myself to get on board with, because if I don't accomplish everything that I need to accomplish by the end of this week, but I get out of quarantine having not had a panic attack or not cried or anything like that, that is a success. And trying to teach myself that that is an acceptable thing to work towards is really hard, because everybody else is saying use this time to be productive, use this time, and it's like, I don't want to use this time for anything. Stop making me feel like if I don't use this time productively, then I would have wasted it, because it is not a waste to just get through something that, I don't see this as a blessing. I don't know why people keep saying that this is oh wow, it's really going to teach you to slow down. It's that's not healthy. That's not good. Anyway. This is our food?
It's not half bad.
Really? This was yucky. But
My carrots are underdone.
this is what
I ordered them rare and I got them raw.
God, just can't get good service
Can't
these
get
days.
good service. They didn't even sear them. It's just you wait until I write my next review.
Okay, yes dear. It's night, we've had dinner, we've turned on all the lights, and I feel like I don't know, it's something about the night that makes me feel super anxious, but hey, we got fairy lights and coffee, so hopefully that makes it better tomorrow.
Yes, best way to deal with your stress. Have coffee.
What? Hey. Huh? I think I'm gonna I keep saying I think I'm gonna end here today, but it's day one. And what I was just talking to George about over our romantic dinner is that I feel like I'm on day one of a sleepaway camp, and all of the childhood anxiety that I ever had for leaving my mom and leaving my house and being forced to go somewhere, that is how I feel right now. It doesn't feel great, but at least I have George here to also commiserate in the fact that we both did not enjoy, well, I enjoyed going to sleepaway camp, but that first time was always really hard. Anyway, day one. Morning. Breakfast. Bunless, because I already ate the buns.
It's not that bad. It's just all of the textures are disgusting. This is shark fin soup imitation, but it's so thick.
Oh my god.
It's like syrup.
Ew. It's day two. George is having my breakfast because I think it's gross and I don't want to eat it, which is my problem. But I ate my buns and I'm gonna make some coffee, I think, in a little bit. But this is our room is so moist and humid, and even though we have an aircon, it's just it's so unbelievably humid at the moment. So everything in our room just feels wet and just not great. And obviously I slept because we were basically sleeping on boards, but hey, you know what? At least we got a room, I guess. So there's that. Then today's plan is to make a plan for the rest of the week. We've got 4 days left. That should be it. Also, look what they delivered today. It's an orange in a bag. Okay, so it's lunchtime now. We are having this. All right, so here's lunch. What do we need?
So,
I have done some reading. I'm feeling very productive. Therapy was good. And I think I'm gonna also plan the video that goes out this Friday.
this Friday.
If you think that quarantine is gonna stop me from putting out a video, you are wrong. Oh boy, it's dinner. End of day 2. Friends are calling later to play some games with us, which is super nice. And if you are my friend and you have called me or messaged me or anything throughout this whole shit show of a week, God bless you. I am so bored. And it is literally only the end of day 2. We have realized just how much data we use in a day, which is shocking. And tomorrow I'm working, hopefully, and if work goes well, then I'll work on Thursday. But if work doesn't go well, then I'm just gonna sit, I guess. Out of the 7 library books that I borrowed to do uni work, 3 of them have expired because they were 1-day leases. But I think that kind of takes the pressure off. It means that I don't have to do all the reading and I just have to read the few books that I have. So that is basically tonight. I'm gonna eat this mush. Wow. I'm gonna eat that mush and then I'm going to dream of steaks. I never realized how much I missed meat until they forcibly removed it from my diet. Bye. Maybe I'll check in later. Maybe I won't. Hello to the vlog that might be this Saturday, Friday.
Hi.
Hello. Oh yeah, do you all want to be in it? That's a good question to ask.
Hi.
Friends! Oh my god, John. Oh, Trisha! Oh my god. So many friends. Yeah, I guess this video is slowly just becoming a what I eat in a day because not a lot goes on. Finally, breakfast that we actually ordered. Ugh. Dinner. What'd you get? You got beef, right?
Yeah, beef and pork.
Beef and pork. Another veggie options for me. Delicious.
Well, I wouldn't say.
Lunchtime. Lunchtime. Spaghetti. Spaghetti. Hey.
I'm sad, Getty.
Oh no, why?
Because I hate being here.
Oh. Second to last breakfast, and it's pretty good actually. Not bad. Of course, it's cabbage and egg. The hot dog's great. I have just given up. Final day, baby. I got noodles.
I got mush.
It's gross. So today was really good because I had my 2 classes that I normally have, and there was some question about whether or not the Wi-Fi would be good enough, but bless my mother, she got me an extra little data pack because I have been tanking my data to talk to my friends and upload to Instagram and all of that kind of stuff. But I got to teach my classes today and it was so nice just to like see my students and have that sense of normalcy again and to just feel like a regular person. So I had some of the younger kids being like, "Where are you?" And I was like, "It's a secret." But the older kids like didn't even question that anything was wrong. I taught my class, we vibed out to some lo-fi Animal Crossing tunes, and that was it. And I just feel really good. Now it's done, we got our dinner, and yeah, day 3, feeling relatively regular. Oh, and we got some new neighbors and I've just been eavesdropping in all their conversations because it is both interesting and hilarious. One guy fully brought a whole watermelon. Sir.
Did not know that.
Hi.
One more day, babe. Less than 24 hours to go. Last day. Really excited to leave. Can't believe we have to stay here for another like 20 something hours. No, it's a little bit less than that. It's like 10 a.m. now. So we have 14 hours and then we're allowed to leave. But yeah, they're not even testing us today. It's ridiculous. I don't know why we have to stay for the whole day, but apparently at the end of the day is when we will 100% not have COVID, even though they tested us 2 days ago and have no plans to test us today.
so excited to be here.
We have rearranged our room for the final few hours for optimum duel playing. George is gonna lose, right? But yeah, we pretty much packed all of our stuff, and now we're just like waiting to go. This is the most exciting thing to happen to us. We're leaving. We we just waved goodbye to everyone in like the most dystopian fashion. Like they were all standing by their rooms waving goodbye, and it was like sweet, but it was also like, wow, this is like truly, we are in a prison. So, I hope you enjoyed seeing what it was actually like inside a Hong Kong quarantine camp. Objectively, not that bad. The food kind of sucks. It's pretty bland, and I pretty much ate plain white rice and chili sauce the entire time we were there. But that's just the reality of it, and you know, we made the best out of what we had, what we could do. And yeah, like I said, objectively, not that bad. But as someone with anxiety and someone who is not great with handling change, it was traumatic, I guess. I feel like using that word is a little bit much, but for me, it really was a lot. And coming back after that and having to go back into work as if nothing had happened, it was difficult. And I've really struggled these past couple days to like go into school and do what I need to do and not be afraid that I might suddenly be in close contact with someone again, because I very well could be, and then I would have to go back, and maybe this time without George, and maybe I'd have to be alone, and maybe I'd be there for longer, and I just absolutely don't want that because it was just so stressful the first time. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed seeing basically everything I ate for a week. Don't forget to ding, smash, shoot all the relevant buttons, and I will see you next time. Bye!